So you don't think we're doing anything with these?
With what?
You don't think
with the podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll find out.
But we'll act as if we are.
We'll act as if this is like the serious.
Yeah.
We'll act as if this is, going to be number one on the iTunes charts later.
Do you feel like immediately rigid as soon as you
Yeah,
press the
I
record
do.
button?
Like,
God,
yeah.
that's so annoying.
Yeah.
We were great all week, and then as soon as you press the record,
And so
funny.
To the people who are probably not listening right now.
They're definitely not listening.
To ourselves in the future when we're editing this, because
Yeah.
we're the only people that'll be listening.
Pretty much. Honestly, I won't even listen to it because you're going to be editing
Yeah,
it. So to future Julian.
True. So the whole reason that we decided that we want to do a podcast, or at least thought we want to try making a podcast, and we understand that they're very overblown. Like, it's like 20 years ago when people like wanted to make a screenplay all the time, or like 10 years ago everyone was like, oh, I'm gonna make an app. Now it's like, all right, we're gonna make a podcast.
Yeah.
Anyways, the reason that we want to do that is because we make YouTube videos from time to time.
Sometimes.
Well, we've been best friends for a long time.
That's true.
Everyone's gonna know who this is. I'm gonna post this on like Instagram, and like my mom will listen to it.
Yeah.
But in case there's one person who's a complete stranger, we're really projecting our like
how it's going to go down, like exactly. For the one person who's a complete stranger that happened to see this on the Explorer page because of the hashtag that I used on December 46th.
Yeah. Just way too self-conscious.
December 46th, never mind.
Our self-esteem is very low, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not going to go well if we keep not finishing our sentences.
Yeah.
Like, okay, but anyways, we make videos, and we think that we're funny because we've been like best friends for a long time. Or maybe we don't think that we're funny, but we laugh a lot when we're together, right?
Yeah.
And so we were like, but whenever we make videos, it doesn't come off as funny as we think we can be, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that a good way of putting it?
Absolutely. Our potential is just being stifled.
Because we get immediately
damn
stiff
cameras.
on the camera.
Yeah.
So I guess I was hoping that a podcast would be different.
Yeah. It would have been different if I didn't have to hold my phone right in front of my face like a microphone. It lets me never forget that I'm being recorded.
That's true. This is such a ghetto setup, by the way.
Yeah. Tell them about it.
If this goes well, why don't you tell them about it? I feel like I'm doing all the talking here, and I don't like that very much.
All right. Well, I can do that.
Sure.
Well, so the setup is in my room. We're both on my bed. A California king, mind you. It's
Wow.
very spacious. And Julian's over in his corner of it, and I'm over in the other corner. And we're both just holding our iPhones up to our faces with voice memo going.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. It picks up all the background noise, and some of you could probably hear. That'll probably come up.
Yeah.
Just in case
and
you
if
didn't know, it's
can't hear it,
ruffling the
Johnny
sheets.
he ruffled the sheets.
But I guarantee that'll come up.
I mean, if this goes well, we can invest in maybe like a used mic on Amazon for $10 or something.
Yeah.
Like, we can get a real setup if this goes well.
A real setup.
But
no, we can invest in like
this is sort of like a test. So, like when they greenlight a pilot
yeah.
for a TV show, and you're like, well, let's just see if it's any good.
Yeah. And then they red light all the other episodes. Usually after that.
And then they just say, we're not going to do that.
Yeah. But that's okay. At least we can do a pilot.
Yeah.
And we're self-published too, so we have all control.
Incredible.
Yeah, I had to like viciously fight off all the corporate interests that wanted to get involved in this podcast because I wanted absolute control over every
Raid
element
Shadow
of it.
Legends was trying to get us to advertise their game.
That's true. Speaking of Raid Shadow Legends, have you heard of it?
You have the Johnny and Julian discount code for 20% off and 300 gems.
Get it? That's the thing about those things, like those advertisements. It's always like the only thing they can offer you is some extra in-game bonus. But the people watching the ad have no idea what that stuff even is. So it's like not valuable to them.
Yeah, 50 cents worth of in-game bonus for all that matters.
Yeah. It's like, and you get a free orc snout. It's like, okay. Is that good? I don't know what that is.
It's like, oh yeah,
I don't have
use
the game.
the discount code Johnny and Julian to play Minecraft, and if you use our code, you'll get 2 free sticks.
Yeah.
It's like the easiest thing to procure in the game. You can get 1 block of wood for free when you start.
Yeah. You start with a squid ink sack.
Yeah.
That'd be good. You could dye some wool.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of useful. Yeah.
Speaking of that, we've been playing Minecraft lately.
We've been playing a lot of Minecraft. Created a LAN server. It's going well.
It is going well. We have a house on the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put some pictures up depending on the medium that Julian uses to publish this. But
yeah. Oh, I thought you meant pictures up in the house. I was like, well, we don't have any sheep, but we don't have to find wool. And then...
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll put
we should do that too, though.
Pictures up in the house and well, yeah, that's true. We should do both of those things.
I mean, we have lots of iron, lots of gold.
Yeah.
1 diamond that we didn't actually mine. We found in buried treasure chest.
That's true, but we have it nonetheless.
We can make a sweet shovel with it.
Yeah. Yeah, or
enchanting table? Does that only use one diamond?
I don't know. I never got into that part of the game.
Yeah.
I played back when it first came out and then stopped playing
I played in like 2012 to like 2014 a lot and then just kind of stopped until this summer.
Yeah. Was that when it first came out? Because I don't know years
when
and
it
stuff.
first
All I
came
know,
out.
I got it right on 1.0 because all my friends told me to get it for 1.8
I was a bit
beta.
after that.
Yeah.
My school was kind of late to all the trends, I think, so maybe I was probably got it like a few months after you. That's not really the important part.
What's the important part?
Great question. I actually don't know. I just feel like we're getting way off topic here.
What's our topic, though?
Well, I thought we could talk about our transportation struggles.
Oh, okay.
I mean, like I said, guys, this is very experimental. So maybe we'll talk about Minecraft. Maybe we came into this.
Since you brought it up,
we came into this knowing that we wanted to talk about like our transportation story, but
I wanted to talk about Minecraft.
Okay, talk about Minecraft.
No. Let's talk about transportation.
Okay, so you came in version 1.0, and all your friends got it.
No, we can talk about our.
They didn't even have horses.
Thing.
Whoa, what a time! The glass looked different. And so every time we play together, Johnny's like, "Oh wow, this looks really different from when I first played."
Back in my day, there were no item labels telling you what everything was. You just saw little pixels on the screen, and you tried to put them with other items. And
they
hope
actually didn't have
made
item
something.
labels back in the day.
No.
Okay, I definitely joined after
make
the
it so
item
easy.
labels.
Cooked pork chops when you pick it up. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I wonder what that is. There's no mystery left. Like, I thought it was kind of some weird kind of potato thing when it's cooked. It looks very strange.
You thought that you murdered a pig, cooked it, and it turned into potato?
A weird potato thing. I don't necessarily know if it was a potato, but in the potato family, perhaps.
Oh, okay. Yam.
Yeah, maybe.
Great. Okay.
Well, all right. That's
Let's
enough of
actually talk
Minecraft.
about the transportation thing now.
Okay.
So, I'm visiting Johnny. He lives in San Diego. I do not. I live north of LA, and I go to school in Orange County. So either way, we don't live very close. So what we usually do is we just take, I don't know, once every month or two, we take 2 to 4 days maybe to hang out together.
It's probably once every quarter, I'd say.
Once every quarter?
Once every
really?
quarter, not every month
We should
or
up
two.
that.
Yeah.
I like hanging out with you.
Yeah, me too.
We're best friends.
Really? After all this?
From Unity.
Yeah. He's my best Unity friend.
We'll get to that later. That's just a little foreshadowing, guys. We'll get to that part of the story when we get to that
pretty much just told you it. We told you everything except the context for it. So that's the only thing that changes.
So, when we add in that context, though, you're going to laugh so hard.
Oh, yeah. Just like
wow,
us
that
right
context
now.
really made this joke
You're going to have to
land.
rewind to this point in the podcast and listen to it again, just so you can laugh along with us.
Heck yeah. Anyway, so I came down to San Diego to hang out with Johnny Tuesday through Friday. Today's Friday. Mm-hmm. So last day, we're being very retrospective while recording this podcast. Mm-hmm. And I kind of despise driving, especially through...
And I kind of despise Johnny.
I came down here. I didn't have a good time at all. Yeah, so I don't like to drive. So I decided to take the train. I don't know why, because California public transit is the worst thing ever.
It's not great.
But so is driving. You just can't go anywhere in California without
driving.
it being a giant pain.
That's okay. Driving isn't too bad.
I don't like driving.
Really?
I was just talking about this with Johnny's girlfriend, April, last night, where she was like, oh yeah, driving's so nice, it's soothing. Yeah. And you know what? My girlfriend thinks the same way. You seem to think the same way based on how offended you were by the fact that I said I didn't like driving.
I wouldn't say I was offended, but taking it back.
Okay, yeah, I don't like it. It stresses me out. So and especially in Los Angeles where there's a million lanes and a million cars and a bunch of traffic, I just don't enjoy that.
I like it. It keeps me active. It's like you got to stay focused. You got to stay on the ball. If you lose the ball, you're going to crash. Like what stakes could be higher?
Like you're a shark chasing that one fish that you need.
Exactly.
Weird analogy. So I decided to take the train anyways. That's the point. I took the train. And so...
It took us 3.5 minutes to say you took the train.
Yeah, seriously. It's not going to be good. I think we're people that naturally go off topic, or just not go off topic, but one road leads to another thing when we're talking. And
that's what a show's supposed to be, though. I mean, it's supposed to be it's a common interest show. I mean, it's a very niche interest show because it's about Julian and Johnny's adventures. But other than that, you know what I mean?
For our moms who are both interested in us, 2 people.
Probably not enough to watch this because we're probably each going to tell the story to them, and so then it's like, here,
Yeah,
watch
true.
the podcast where we explain it again, but it's different this time.
And your mom also lived through a big part of our story,
That's
so
true.
she doesn't even need to hear it.
No, and I spent 30 minutes on the phone telling her the rest of it. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, but that's okay.
Okay.
Maybe she'll just like to listen to the dynamic. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the draw here.
That is.
So I took the train. And I was taking the train down, and in Laguna Niguel, they released an announcement. I thought we were just stopped at the station for a long time because
Well, to be fair, you were.
Well, yeah, I was, but I thought like it was on purpose. I thought they were just letting a lot of people in the train, and the announcer goes, "Okay, guys, we have a mechanical issue, so just hold on tight. We're not sure how long this is gonna be fixed."
Did you say hold on tight because it would suddenly start accelerating at 400 miles an hour?
Yeah,
Hold on tight. I don't know what's gonna happen.
And then
What's
it
gonna
turned
happen?
into a bullet train out of nowhere. We were going max 70 before, and then all of a sudden it hit 200. We pulled 3 Gs.
Yeah. Sorry to derail your story there, buddy.
Yeah, you're fine. And so we sat there for, I don't know, 15 minutes, and then we had to leave and get on the Amtrak that was behind us. So we hopped onto a different train. So I was delayed by like 30 minutes getting into the station. But it didn't even matter because Johnny wasn't there to pick me up.
It's true. Nor would I have been, even if I wanted to be. That's not true. No, April got in, my girlfriend got in at the same time, like the exact same time down at the airport in Tijuana. So, you know, opposite sides of the world. Julian came in Oceanside. So, who to prioritize?
Yeah.
You've been my best friend, but my best Unity friend. So.
We've known each other for our whole lives, and April is my girlfriend. So no, I mean, yeah. I honestly I can't knock you for that at all.
Yeah.
But then
I mean, she would have been pretty upset if I said Trevor to pick her up at the airport.
Yeah, that would have been weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Johnny's brother came and picked me up, but he was sleeping for a little bit, right? Or maybe he like picked up donuts, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at the time it took him to get there. He's also sitting right next to me, or not right next to me, but he's in the wall, like the room next to us. We have a shared wall, so I'm hoping.
He's not sitting right next to you at all. He's in the other room.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, no offense to Trevor at all. This is not a knock on Trevor, but I was sitting at the Oceanside Transit Center, which has a lot of homeless people, and you know, they all look like they're kind of on meth, maybe. And they're all cracked out.
Yeah.
And there was one lady who was like, beautiful, like she was singing about how nice it was outside.
And aggressively making eye contact with anyone.
Was. Yeah, she really was.
I know, they always do that.
That's an odd homeless person thing to do.
It's the closest thing that it was probably the inspiration for like The Walking Dead and things like that, to be honest.
They went to
Someone
Oceanside.
It's just like, oh God.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So I got picked up and we went back to the house, met up with Johnny. Everything was good. And then we were like, okay, let's get sushi because there's a cool sushi place where it's on a conveyor belt. It goes around in circles. So we got on the freeway to go get sushi. And now Johnny's going to speak because my throat's tired.
Okay. Well, yeah, you've been doing a lot of the heavy lifting. I was kind of been laughing at you while
your
you do it.
name is first in the podcast. Yeah. I mean, you should be the one that...
The Johnny and Julian show. I like show instead of podcast because podcast is so overused.
Oh, okay. Then this is now the Johnny and Julian show.
JJ show.
JJ show.
Yeah. All right. Anyway. So yes, we went to get sushi, a revolving sushi bar, pretty cool. It's called Kura. It's spelled like Kura, but it's Japanese, so it's pronounced. That's the least important part of this. Anyway, so
we are not being paid to advertise.
So anyway, while we were on our way there, you know, Julie and I are having a conversation in my car, a 2001 Honda Civic, which I love driving to LA and back all the time. It's very reliable. After you put $3,000 in it over the course of 2 years to keep it running. No, that's not including like wear items like tires and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, so we're driving my car. I'm like, you know what? I've been saving up for a new car. I got a little bit of money set aside. If it were to die, it'd be okay. It wouldn't be the end of the world. It'd be fine. And so then, not 10
No, and then you said...
Oh, that's true.
And then you were looking at your odometer, which read 193.
I thought your voice was tired, buddy.
It is, but you almost forgot a very important part of the story.
I did. This is a very crucial moment.
The odometer read 193,000 miles, and you said...
0.5, mind you.
Okay, 0.5. Nearly 6K miles away from reaching 200,000.
Yep.
If my math is correct there.
Yep.
Okay.
6.5K.
And so... He said, if this car makes it to 200,000 miles, I'll be happy and I'll get rid of it then. You're like, this car still has to be so long, even though it's an awful car. But once it hits 200,000 miles, I'll be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And
then it lost its will to live at that moment. Honestly, I think it wasn't listening for the whole until 200K miles thing. It just heard the, oh, you'll be happy if I die? Okay. And then it just decided to go out. The soul just left the body. It started, well, first there was a weird little noise. Yeah. This is 5 seconds after I said that. It started making a weird noise, and I'm like, what is that? Like, I press the pedal, and it makes this weird, it almost sounds like tinfoil is stuck on some part that's, like, moving around or something. I don't know what it was. But anyway, it starts making this weird noise when I press the pedal. It gets worse and worse progressively over the next 5 seconds. And then the whole thing just starts doing the exact same thing that my brother's Honda Civic did when the engine blew out in that car, meaning I would press on the accelerator, and it would not go. Like, it would, but it would only accelerate 20% of what it should. And then
you looked out the back.
We looked out the back, and smoke was coming out. White smoke. It smelled like smoke, not steam. It smelled really bad. Like oil burning. And so anyway, I was able to safely pull over to the shoulder, and on the way to sushi. And then we had to call the tow truck, and they took it back. And tow driver was cool. Took it to a local shop. That shop then said, oh, AAA told me what shop to take it to. They're like, okay, there's a shop right here. They're a AAA person. Your tow truck driver's a AAA person. Just take it to the shop. It's all good. We're not going to charge you. So then, so Juan is the tow truck driver. Cool man. He brought it to this Miramar Auto Care, whatever it's called. And they basically said, nope, we don't have room for it. You can't even leave it here. You can't even park it here. As Juan is the tow truck driver is unloading the car into the parking lot. Yeah. And he was about to leave. So I'm like, okay, well.
So we had to sit there for a really long time figuring out what to do with it.
Yeah, we did.
Because the place where they said to take it didn't so stupid.
Accept it. Yeah. Well, I think, to be fair, I think that was because they assumed I was gonna work on it, but then I decided no, the engine's, and I did tell her the engine's dead on the phone, but you know, they wouldn't take it if I was just gonna store it there. Yeah. So anyway, I had to find somewhere else to take it. I was rushing around for a place, anyway, so then it turns out, where did we end up taking it? Yeah. You know what? Yeah. So then I'm like, you know what? My aunt's house is like 2 miles for here. I have 7 miles with AAA, so it would have fit in that. I wouldn't have had to pay for it. So Juan is the tow truck driver. He comes back around. He's still in the parking lot at this point, like 15, 20 minutes later.
Oh,
and he gets
by the way, just really quickly, I was in the bathroom at the gas station, and I heard a really, really loud bang, like authoritative bang. I thought the FBI were at the door. And I was like, yep, I'm in here. And another really loud bang. I was like, I'm in here. And I flushed the toilet so they could hear I was in here. It kept banging. And I step out, and it was Juanis waiting the whole time.
Juanis the tow truck driver the whole time. You'll hear much more about Juanis the tow truck driver in a second.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so continue. Sorry, that was just a little side note.
Yeah, no, I would have forgotten that. Because it didn't happen to me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So not only would I have forgotten it, I never even knew it. So anyway, well, you did tell me about it. Anyway, so then Juanis the tow truck driver loads my car back up and takes it to his cousin's shop that happens to be literally around the block from these like AAA people. And they take a look at it on the flatbed for free. The guy, they hop in, they start it, and they confirm it's dead. Because Juanis did not think it was dead. He's like, maybe the timing belt or something. I don't know. So anyway, it was dead. They offered me, prior to this, I had gotten an offer for $150 through this company called Pedal. You can find my promo code at the end of the video for 10%.
Pedal.
Yeah.
If you're selling your car, there's only one place to do it. Well,
actually a lot of ways.
As the story is telling you, there's many ways to do it.
Yeah, there are. But anyway, so Pedal offered me $150. That's basically the scrap value of the car. But then when the shop looked at it, in retrospect, overly enthusiastic shop guy, he's like, you know what, man? I mean, you put $1,200 into this car, a used engine and labor, it's not that bad. You can put it in. It's worth $3,000. I was pretty sure that was wrong, but I mean, I'm not going to challenge a mechanic on things relating to cars. So I kind of was just like, I just don't want to do that. They offered me $150 for it. I'm just going to take that. He's like, you know what? I was going to offer you $200 for it. And when he said that, two thoughts crossed my mind. The first of which was, crap, why did I didn't know he was going to make me an offer. I told him my previous offer. So obviously maybe he was thinking like $400. And then I said $150. He's like, I was going to say $200. That's crazy. $50 more than, how convenient for everyone. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Expert negotiating.
Yeah. But anyway, so I'm like, that's fine. That's more than I was going to get.
I would have taken the same thing too. Yeah. I would have just been like, yep, $200. Good.
Yeah, that's good. So anyway, I ended up taking the $200, left my car there. And then, then we got picked up by my mom for sushi. I believe that's...
we finally got sushi.
We finally got sushi. I think that's a good place to pause it right now.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to go get some food or something real quick.
All right. Quick pause for our commercial break. Yeah. Psych, we're just getting food.
Welcome back, everyone. for part 2, we realized that my audio was clipping, so we actually didn't listen to Julian's audio, so his might be as well.
I listened to mine. I don't think it's awful.
Okay.
My phone's a little bit newer and a little bit more expensive and a little bit better.
Okay. Well, if it's clipping, that just means it's just so much audio is coming to it. It's just overwhelmed because it's just so good.
It's just the microphone is just so strong.
Just so good. Yeah, but
so sensitive. Anyways, so we're gonna resume with our story now.
Yeah.
So the next day we went and Johnny and I were looking at cars pretty much that whole day.
And the night before that. On Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, we were putting them in a spreadsheet.
We made a nice spreadsheet, by the way. We color-coded them, and we searched up the Kelley Blue Book values.
Yeah, we went all out. And I was looking for a car on that list. We did green for all the ones that were kind of like close enough to the KBB value to consider. Anyway, so we had that ready to go. And we're like, all right, well, we need to test drive some of these cars. We'll do it maybe this afternoon, this evening. But first, we're hungry.
Yeah.
So what more innocent thing to do than go get a sandwich? So that's all we're going to do. Just a little quick trip, What's going to happen? We're going to get a sandwich. So,
so your brother drove us in his car, which used to be your mom's car. I mean, the car that he drove us in, I don't know if I've ever known you
without that car.
Or at least that I can remember. I've known you for since I was a baby, but as long as I can remember, you've had that car.
That's right. You didn't know me when you were a baby. You didn't even know yourself when you were a baby.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, our parents were friends, so technically it's like we've been friends since I was zero.
Zero,
in a way.
Okay. All right, cool. But yes, so...
that car is super old, and it recently took a beating.
I mean, it's 2003, though, for perspective. Like, it's not...
Oh, okay.
It's not that old, but it did take a beating.
It's 2020. I mean, that's like, for a car lifespan, it's up there.
Not really. I mean, I think it's all right. It's 2003. It's not like old would be like 1990 something. Like prior to 2000 is old. Like 03, it's like, oh, okay, it's got some life left in it.
Well, apparently not, as you're about to see.
We're about to tell you. But anyway, so
it was recently taken to Big Bear.
Yeah.
And poor Trevor. I feel like we're kind of exposing him on this podcast. I mean, he's
we don't know. We don't know it was Trevor. Maybe it wasn't Trevor. Maybe it's just somebody. The
driver of the vehicle at the time.
Yeah.
Hit a patch of ice and ran into what car was it?
A Dodge Durango.
So the hood was it's very messed up.
It's very messed up.
The hood is really bent.
Cosmetically, though, it didn't hit any of the internals, which is good.
Right.
Didn't bend the
so
radiator
we figured
or
it was cool if we go get a sandwich. And so we drove over to the sandwich shop. Everything went fine, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
We got a sandwich.
We got the sandwiches. Very good sandwiches.
We added awesome sauce, which is like a mixture of mayonnaise mustard and something.
Yeah, it is.
It was delicious.
So we go back out to the car, and we're getting ready to leave. And then Trevor turns the key on. He turns around. And he's like, the car doesn't start. We're like, yes, it does. He does. It literally does not start.
Yeah,
It doesn't even try to turn over.
No noise at all.
Yeah, it just doesn't try anything.
I tried stepping on the gas, tried all the classic tricks. And,
it doesn't work. Classic tricks only work on the classic cars. But anyway, so because they're fuel injected, the new ones. But anyway, so we had to call a tow truck again, and
we called AAA, not a tow truck.
Well, yeah,
we had to call AAA.
They were gonna call it a tow. Well, not a tow truck, I guess, but one of the F-150s they bring out just for battery related stuff when you don't legit need your car towed. So as we're waiting for the AAA driver, Julian looks over, and then 3 or 4 stores down, he sees the Wind and Sea towing truck, which is the same one that our tow truck driver Juanis drove, which he's like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah, same company as the day before.
And I had a good memory of Juanis' face, because I was like, oh, I need to see the person who's been banging on my bathroom door.
Yeah.
So that story comes back now. And so I see the driver step out of the truck, and it was Juanis.
It was Juanis.
It was him.
Which, that's the crazy part is, so Juanis lives in El Cajon, which is way south of where we were. And my car died in Mira Mesa, which is still pretty far south of where we were. So he had no reason to be up there other than if he happened to be on a call or something. But I look over, and that's like actually him. So I go over, and I just think it's funny. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? It's just, you know what? As soon as he showed up, my car actually died. And I should add, too, he was not the guy that was going to come to save our car.
No, he just happened to be there by coincidence.
Insane. So that was just too weird to even be reality. We were freaking out over that. I feel like the gravity of that doesn't really come through in the story.
But it was amazing.
You had to be there.
You guys are gonna have to know. I looked over and I was like, "That's Wayne." It was weird. It was just like so oddly coincidental.
Yeah.
That 2 of our cars had broken down in the matter of 2 days. And 1 train.
Maybe Juanis is the link between all this.
Yeah.
He was there. Oh my God, he's pretending to be my friend, but he's actually like the devil or something.
He's actually the reason that it broke.
He is the demon that's in the background.
He just showed up later.
Well, yeah, that's what he wants you to think. I mean, he could be like, I mean, if I look out the window right now, he might be there, like plotting my demise.
Unscrewing some bolt underneath your car.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking more of a demonic, like spiritual thing. He's like a demon or something. That's yeah. He's over there putting a curse on the bolt that will unscrew from my car. Yeah.
And so we waited for AAA.
In the form of unscrewing it.
We waited for a decent while for AAA, and so at this point I was kind of bummed because I was like, man, my first 2 days hanging out with Johnny, I'm only here for 3.5 days, really, or like 2 2.5 days. And my first day and a half has just been like
research,
waiting for AAA, researching for cars,
spreadsheets.
Yeah, lots of standing next to broken down cars.
Sushi.
We did get sushi.
You got a
at
couple
that point.
things.
And we got sandwiches.
I don't think. Well, you didn't get any like sushi, but you had.
Yeah.
You
I had an avocado roll.
You partook.
Hey, there it is. Experience.
Yes, you did. You did do that.
And so they finally showed up, and they were there for maybe 5 minutes. They did like a reading, and then they just whacked something with a pole.
They whacked the starter with a pole, which I guess if the starter's bad, it works. And not only did Trevor tell us that, but actually the owner of the sandwich shop who came outside told us that exact same thing worked.
And I was like, that's ridiculous. You can't just hit something with a pole and it works. Like that's like
that's
the equivalent
of
blowing into your Nintendo cartridge and hoping that it'll work.
Yeah.
Like people say that it works, but no way, it doesn't actually work. And then he just came and hit it with a pole.
Yeah, it works.
Like, okay, well I guess you can't
like
just hit things with a pole and it'll work. I'm gonna try that from now on whenever something doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, I used to. We had an old TV that we would like literally whack the side really hard and it would make the picture come back. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway,
like pencil doesn't work. I just take a big metal pole and smash
it.
My car.
There you go.
Just the seat isn't moving back. Just hit the,
Hit the seat?
Yeah, hit the actual seat.
Okay. Yeah, we should try that out sometime. We know how that goes.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then what happened? So then we're driving. Before we're driving, we can't quite get the hood down all the way because
it was also because of that first crash with the Dodge Durango, the hood was kind of messed up.
It was kind of messed up.
We couldn't get it to reclose.
It would not latch properly. We got it unlatched, but we couldn't get it in. So the tow truck driver was kind of sketched out by that. He's like, "You guys you should really latch it down." But I'm like, "I know. We just we'll drive slow. It's okay. We're just going on surface streets. No big deal." So we're driving on surface streets. No big deal. And we kind of forget the whole going slow and our hood is not attached part. So as we're driving in the middle of this road,
out of nowhere, I mean, it sounded like we got in a car accident. The hood
say what happened
flew up.
First.
Okay, so the hood flew up and smashed the windshield. And I've never been in a car accident before, and that was what I would imagine it'd be like, because it was just like out of nowhere, just and there's little bits of glass. I mean, I didn't get hit. I don't think Trevor did either. We were the two in the front seat, in the front seats.
Yeah.
But yeah, the windshield just shattered. It was really loud. I mean, the front just flew up and
smashed into the front. It stayed up also. It didn't come back down. So we could see literally nothing.
So Johnny and I had to look through the side windows and look through the back to pretty much make sure we were okay to pull over to the shoulder.
Yeah. So, but anyway, this is another thing to add to the ridiculous 2 days. And all this stuff we've talked about has happened in like a maybe 2 day period. Not even. Like maybe 36 hours.
Yeah, 36 hours span. Yeah, that's reasonable.
36 hours max. So, that was absolutely ridiculous. So then we pull in. We were actually driving not home, but to my dad's work to do something. But anyway, that's not important. But the point is we pulled in, and then, of course, we have to tell him not only has his car been bashed in the front, but now he shattered the windshield.
Yeah.
So... And he has a bad starter, to add to that, to top it all off.
Yeah, that was not a fun message to be... I mean, I wasn't the one delivering it, but it was not fun to be in the room. But still, just to be there with
that energy in the room, it's just not good.
I was like, oh my God, I took a train down here just to watch people argue.
Yeah.
But no, then we turned it around because we came across a stroke of good luck.
We did. And that came in the form of getting a car from my boss, who he's been looking to sell for a while, that he gave me an amazing deal on. We won't get too much into this, but I'll just say real quick, it's a probably at least $6,000 car he's given me for $4,000. So it is just a really nice car, really good deal. Nicer than anything I would have purchased on my own, especially from like a sketchy random Craigslist person. But you know, and it's great because I trust him and know him obviously, and so I know he has good intentions and he's not like a, you know, a sketchy Craigslist person that's trying to hide something, and you know, so yeah, could not be more happy. And I think that's the end of the car adventures.
Yeah, so it was a pretty intense few days, but because, you know, the starter wouldn't work, the windshield flew up, your car broke down, but then after that, the car was a really good purchase. I mean, it's a nice car, you got it at a great price, and now we've just been like smooth sailing.
And then, well, yeah, that was before. So then I also canceled the tow truck that was supposed to pick up this other car from our driveway that's been dead for a while.
Because we thought the tow truck was referring to the car that broke down on the side of the freeway.
Yeah, my Honda Civic, but they were talking about the other. So they're like, "Oh, we're on our way to get your car." I'm like, "Oh yeah, you know, I already got rid of it. They offered me $200 for it." It's like, "Oh, all right." And then I realized 10 minutes later, wait a minute, they were coming to pick up this other Volvo, which I've been trying to get rid of. So basically, I deliberately canceled that, and then they've ghosted me, and I've not been able to get in contact with them since then to get them to come and pick up this stupid car. But other than that, everything has been pretty smooth, I think.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, it has.
So, I don't know. That's our story.
So
we didn't come up with any talking points besides, we can talk about how crazy
This is not even long. This has been over 30 minutes. So.
Yeah, that's true. So, I guess we'll end it here. If we get 3 listeners, I'll be impressed.
3 unique listeners who will publish part 2.
we can come up with things to talk about. It's just
we can make up stuff and make you think it happened to us if you'd like.
Oh yeah, one time I got abducted by aliens. Let me tell you about that.
That's just what is that? There is a radio show that's like that. George Norrie.
I have no clue.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
My parents are listeners sometimes, but it's legit just like crazy people call in and talk about all their experiences. Yeah, but he's a very good host because he'll like listen to him and be like, "Oh, okay, so when the aliens probed you, let's say, where, like, how long did that take?" Or, you know, like he'll go along with it. So it's a good show.
Interesting. So go listen to that show. Maybe don't listen to this show.
Yeah.
Turn this off.
Yeah. Also use pedal and play Raid Shadow Legends.
And
Thank you very much.
And shout out to Rush for the car.
And shout out to Rush for the car.
So yeah, I guess we'll see if another episode comes out.
Yep.
Yeah, we have absolutely no plans beyond let's talk about the car. So yeah, I guess we'll see if people like this.
Yep.
Okay. And we're turning off the recording now.